Hi, this is Miczal, and this is another devlog. Today I will talk about the enemies. So, let's begin. In Tale of Witchheart, one faction out of several are demons. About their law and society I will talk another time. Right now there are 6 enemies and 1 boss. This handsome guy above me is boss. Well, he's actually more a test of few mechanics rather than actual boss, but you can fight him, and so I am counting him. I was testing homing missiles and some other things on him. But more about him later. Let's start with archetypes. Right now we have melee type enemies, rangers, mage and 1 charger. I am planning to add tank or defender, healer or something later. Melee is of course close range fighter. He will follow us and try to attack. He's the most basic type of enemy you can imagine. Here we have demon with sword. He can not only attack, but also charge at us and jump back to try avoid our attack. And this is Cowley, he's also a demon. In contrast to demon with sword, he's jumping at us. Let's jump to rangers now. As name suggests, they are fighting from distance. They have low HP and can be staggered easily, but they also can be very dangerous if supported by melee classes. This is crossbowman, or maybe crossbow demon? Whatever. He's shooting 3 arrows at a time. If you will come too close to him, he will start running away. Rangers will try to stay in safe distance and shoot at us. The same way works BT, but she shoots only 1 bullet. This is Charger, very aggressive pile of meat that will try to trample you. He has huge knockback, poise and HP. The best way to avoid his attack is to dash and, if possible, bait him into hitting wall. He will then become stunned for a while. And this is Mage. He knows nasty tricks like teleportation. He can summon homing missiles and shoot magic bullets. His HP and poise is low, but he will teleport almost every time he gets hit. If you will run too far away, he will teleport to you. And this is boss. Experiment number 4, Rat King. Well, as I said, I was testing some things on him. He won't be implemented in the final game, maybe as mini-boss, but not as a normal one. He can shoot laser that must be dodged. He can jump at you, attack in 3 different directions, shoot homing missiles, and create small bullet hell. His taste of your skills of reading animations and dodging different types of danger is not that hard, but still can kill you easily if you won't pay attention. I said about poise a few times. This is basically invisible bar that will regenerate over time. Different attacks and weapons deal different amount of poise damage. If it will drop to 0, enemies will be staggered, stopping their animations and attacks. Most enemies, instead of poise bar, have changed to be staggered every hit. Demon Mage has 100% and Sword Demon something around 20. And Rat King has true poise system, because he's a tough enemy and got a lot of HP. Player has no poise because I want to avoid stun locking scenarios, which may be frustrating for the player. Okay, I introduce opponents that are currently available in game, and let's jump to another topic, which is enemies AI. Creating good AI is hard, and by hard I mean really hard. We can create illusion of smart opponent and adjust the behavior to a situation. For example, if enemy sees player, he's walking to him. If he's close enough, he's attacking. If player run away, he's chasing him or losing his aggro. In game like Tale of Witchheart, we can predict most of situations where enemy will have to take decision. But there are situations that can be a little bit tricky to program. For example, what if player will hide behind wall? Well, enemy should find a way to get around that wall, and here we will meet probably our first big problem while programming AI, pathfinding. Well, this was first and my biggest problem when I was starting. Creating good pathfind is not that hard, but it's tricky, but from the beginning. I was looking for solution on YouTube. I tried pathfinding using navigation to the gnome. Then I tried to implement it on tileset, and well, it was working. But this solution wasn't perfect, I had some major problems while using it. But first, how it works. Basically, I am drawing area that will be used to find the path. This is my very old project, where every tileset had its own navigation zone. Then, using some programming magic, we can create path that enemy will go. And as you can see, enemy is always going the shortest way. This does not look good. Enemy looks like he can see through walls, which is not okay. Second, biggest flaw is that player can leave navigation zone and enemy will be helpless. Third, biggest problem. If we will use breakable objects like barrels or something, enemies will try to go through it because they are looking for navigation area, not collisions. So we can drop our navigation zone in a way that will exclude collisions. But player can break these barrels and go inside. Enemies will be stuck in the zone they can pass. So it won't work for a top-down game like Tale of Witchcraft where you can break many different objects. Another method is Astar, and it works for grid-like games. I can create grid and place it on the map, but it has the same problem as navigation to the pathfinding. Then I was trying to implement steering behavior, but that was too complicated for me and I gave up. That was a little bit catastrophic. And then, I found it. Perfect solution for Witchcraft. So, what is it? Helms of Fury. Top-down action roguelike game created in Godot. Game with fast-paced combat. Game with enemies chasing player that must avoid obstacles. Just like in Witchcraft. Okay, but what about Pathfinding, you might ask? Well, they are not using Pathfind at all. Scent mechanic. Your player is leaving a trace. When enemy is chasing you, he's looking directly for it. If there is obstacle on his way, he's looking for your scent. It makes them not only actually chase player, but also let them dynamically avoid obstacles, and without need to draw navigation areas. It's so simple, but so brilliant. Okay, we got Pathfinding now. When they got aggro, they should alarm their teammates. When enemy spots player, he's sending signal to every mate in the radius and aggroes them. But what if enemy is aggroed and don't see player or scent? Then he's following this guy who alarmed him. He's leaving his own scent for his friends to follow. He will lead rest of group until they will spot player or his scent. If player will run too far away, they will de-aggro. After this, they will try to get back to spawn point. If there will be obstacle in their way, they will then move their spawn point to this place. And I think these are the most important things about enemies and their AI. There are more things that I didn't cover in this video, but I think Pathfinding is the most important one, and I wanted to show this brilliant method for Pathfinding, taken from Helms of Fury. I will put link to this method with source code in description. So, see you in another devlog. See ya!